fx is equal to 2x minus log base of 10x minus 7. So we have to correct up to 3 decimal place. So correct up 3 decimal place means, suppose here we have, if we have 2.345. So after the point, here we have 345. So we have to find out the value that will match after this. That is, if we have 3.3456. So that means 3.45 match. Okay, so we have to match out 3 decimal places. Okay, 3 decimal number. Okay, after this, so solution, given function is f of x is equal to function, write out the function, and now we have to find out the interval in which the one root lies. Okay, at least one root lies. So to find out the root using tabulation method, so by tabulation method, that means we can use calculator. Okay, so by using scientific calculator, that is here. So we have, first of all, press shift more and change this calculator into radian. Okay, so radian. So after this, now what we have here is, to function is 2x minus log 10x. So we have to find out the root interval. Okay, so that means for this, press more, then press 7. Okay, press 7, then here is f of x. So here we have a 2x minus log 10x. So we have to write out the variable x. Okay, so for this 2, and here is the x. So that means we can write alpha, and here is press this. So here it becomes x minus, yes, here is log 10. If we have log 10 base, okay, if here we have log 10 base, it means we have to write in the calculator log. Okay, but if we add here, suppose a log e x, if we add like this log, then we have to write ln. Okay, in the calculator, that is this ln. Okay, so for here is base is 10, so log 10, and here is x, alpha x, and minus 7. So after this, press is equal to, okay, press is equal to, then we have to start from 0. Okay, so press 0, and in this up to the 5 step we can find out the solution. Press 5 and press is equal to, now after this press 1. Okay, now here you can see this column is a x column, and this is f of x. That is, here we have x is equal to 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and here is the output that we obtain if we put the value x is equal to 0, 1, 2 in this function. Okay, so here in the 0 we have error, that means infinite. Here in the 1, here we have minus 5. So here we have write minus 5 in this tabulation table. Okay, and here in the, if we put the value x is equal to 2, we obtain this solution, and here if we put the value x is equal to 3, we obtain this minus. Okay, and here if we put the value x is equal to 4, we obtain this solution. And here you can see, here is in the, if we put x is equal to 3, here is minus, we obtain minus 1.477, and here if we put the value x is equal to 4, here we can see here is positive. So if there is a sign change, then the root interval lies between that point. That is, so here is in x is equal to 3, here we have this value, in x is equal to 4, here we have value. So here is negative sign we obtain, here is positive sign. So we will find out the interval one root. So we will find out the root between this point. Okay, so 3 and 4. So sign of f of x change between point 3, 4. That is, this is interval. Okay, 3 and 4. Suppose if we add here positive sign 3, that is, if here is no negative sign, then we will have written 2, 3. As here is negative sign, here is positive sign. If we add, suppose here is positive sign. Okay, but here is negative, here is positive. So sign change between these two values. So between two, so that at least one root must lie between given interval. Okay, and as here is the formula we have, x2 is equal to x0 f of x1 minus this is the formula we have. So we have to find out the x0, then x1, f of x0, and f of x1. And yes, here is, you can already see here is 3, 4. So we have obtained f of x0. That is, if we put the value 3 in this function, we obtain this value. Yes, here you can see this value, okay? And x1 is equal to 4. So if you put this value, and here I have written the 4 number after point, that is, yes, here we have up to 3 decimal 4. So it is better to write up to 4 decimal. Okay, so now after applying formula of false position method, we applied here formula, and here is x2, and here is the formula, and we put out the value. Okay, so we put out this x0 value and this f of x1 value, and like this we obtain this solution. Okay, and again f of x2, then we put this value in this function, then we obtain this solution. The sign is negative. Now this is the solution we obtain at 0 iteration. Okay, Now we have to find out the solution up to next iteration, up to various iteration, until we get the correct up to 3 decimal place. Okay, so finding corresponding successive values of root by using table or false position method. But before that, we have here an algorithm, that is, if f of x naught into f of x2 is greater than 0, then set x naught is equal to x2. That means the value you obtain in the x2 will be placed in the x naught also. And if it is not greater than 0, then it will be x1 is equal to x2. Okay, so after completing up to this step process or step, now we will make out this table. Okay, so here is the table we have. So here is number of iteration, here is x naught, f of x naught, x1, f of x1, x2, f of x3. Sorry, f of x2. Okay, this is f of x2. Now here you can see in the iteration, so in the f of x naught we obtain x naught is equal to 3. So we have written 3. In the f of x naught we have obtained minus 1.4771, and in the x1 we have obtained 4. And so in the x2 we have obtained this solution of value, and in the f of x2 we have obtained this value. So we have written up to this, and here is the algorithm. So we have written f of x naught into f of x2 is greater than 0. So yes, here you can see f of x naught. If you multiply this value and this value, the answer will be less than 0. Okay, so less than 0, that means it is not greater than 0. So that means here we have this, by this algorithm, here we have x1 is equal to x2. That means the value of this x2 will be transferred to this x1. Okay, this value will be this transferred to this, and this value will be transferred to this f of x1. And we can find out this value using calculator. So here we have the formula or basic step for calculator. So as you know, the formula of this false position method is x2 is equal to f of x1, f of x naught. Easy way to write this or remember the formula. Okay, so write this, and f of x1 minus f of x naught, and here is in the upper part, here is x1, so we can write here x naught, and here is f of x naught, so we can write here is x1. Okay, here we have given x naught is a, f of x naught b, and c, d, x, and y. Okay, so here you can see we have given x naught is a, so here it becomes, suppose as here is formula. Okay, so x2 we have given x. Okay, so x is equal to x naught means a, f of x1 means d, and x1 means c, and f of x naught means b. So we can write this as bc, and here is, yes, here you can see f of x1 means d, d minus x naught means f of x naught b. Then again we have written up to this term. Okay, x naught y, so we have to write this again y. So for this we can give colon. Okay, so to write into calculator we have to perform this step. Okay, so y is equal to, and write the function. Yes, here is we have the function, that is 2x minus log 10x minus 7. Okay, so we have to write this in the calculator. To write this in calculator, so for this here you can see, so first of all change this calculator into radian mode. Okay, press shift mode and press 4 radian mode. Now after this press alpha. Okay, so alpha, and here is we have x, so press x, and here we have is equal to, so press alpha, then this press calc. Okay, again here we have to this, so to write this, press alpha a, alpha d minus alpha b, alpha c by alpha d minus alpha b. Now after this we have to give this colon. Okay, for this colon press alpha, then press just below this. Okay, now press y, and press is equal to, here we have 2x, so 2, and here is x minus, we have to give log 10x. So as base is log, base is 10, so we have to give log. Okay, log, then here is x minus 7. Then after entering this variable, and don't press is equal to, okay, press calc. Okay, press calc. Now here in the a, that is a means x naught. Okay, so you don't need to write this variable a, b, c, d, e while performing in exam. Okay, so here we have, so a is equal to, so give the, we have the obtain the value in 0 iteration, a value is 3. Okay, 3, and here is the value of d is 0.3979, and the value of b is minus 1.4771, and the value of c is 4. Okay, so give, and you don't need to write the value of y. Okay, so leave as it is. Now press is equal to, now here you can see the value of x is, we have obtained the value of x. So write up to the fourth term, okay, fourth number only. So after this, so we obtain the value of y is 2.8121 into 10 to the power minus 3. Now, so is, here you can see this, if you multiply this and this, we don't obtain the value greater than 0. So press no. So if we have no, then we have to perform this, x1 is equal to x2. That is, so we can give this value in this x1. Okay, that means suppose here you can see I have give, so here is the value of x2 is this. Okay, so we have to transfer this x2 value in x1. So here in the first iteration we give this value, that is this value, to transfer this value in this x1. Again, f of x2, we transfer this value in f of x1. Here you can see. Okay, likewise, that means I will show you like this transfer this value here. Okay, and transfer this value here. Okay, perform a and b value remains same until we get the solution. Okay, so after performing this, now here you can see, so we have obtained the value of 3 a and b as it is, and here we have x1 value, sorry, c value, and here we have a d value. Okay, now we have to find this x and y, that means x2 and f of x2. So for this, press is equal to, now here we have been asked the value of a, that is we have same as it is. Okay, so press 3, and the value of d is, so here you can see the value of d is minus 2.812 into 10 to the power minus 3. So so better to write down this value, it is better to give. So here you can see d, and in the d the value is obtained from this y. Okay, so that means d is equal to y. Here you can see the value of y is transferred to this d, so we can give here alpha y. Okay, press alpha and y, press, then press is equal to, and in the b where we have the value same as it is, and again in the c, here you can see the value of c, that is the value of x is transferred, that is x2 value is transferred to x1. That means c is equal to x, the value of x is transferred to c. So we can write here in the alpha x. Okay, alpha x. Now press is equal to, now leave this y part as it is. Okay, don't enter the value. Okay, so now after this, here you can see we have obtained the value is 3 point, so here I will write it 3.7892. Okay, 7892, and the value of y is 2.0941 into 10 to the power minus 5. Okay, so we obtain this value. So again using this, so here you can see we have obtained here minus minus, so no is not greater than 0. So again perform this same step. So that means, so in the second iteration, this a value is as it is, this b value is minus 1.4771, and this transfer this x2 value in x1. So that means we have obtained 3 point this value. Okay, 3.7892, and in the x1 f of x1 we have here transfer this value, so this value. Okay, minus 2.094 into 10 to the power minus 5, here is 941. Okay, 9. After this we have to find out the value of this x and y, that is x2 and f of x2. Now for this, press, no, for this press is equal to, so we have been asked the value of a. So as you know the value of a and b is same as it is. Okay, so over all the iteration. Okay, so is, so d means, so as you can see here is the value of d is obtained from this y. Okay, so is the value of y is transferred to d, so we can give here alpha, and here is y, and press is equal to, and here in the b value same as it is, and here in the c is, here we have obtained the c is equal to x. Okay, so the value of x is transferred to c. Okay, so is very nice, the value of this is transferred here. Okay, alpha and x. Now leave this y as it is. Now after pressing here we have 3.7892, we obtain 3.7892, and again here press y, so here we obtain minus 1.558 into 10 to the power minus 7. Okay, so as here in the question we have been asked up to 3 decimal, correct up to 3 decimal places, and here in the x2 you can see here 3.789, 3.789. So we have 3 decimal places matching. Okay, so that means at first and second iteration the value is correct up to 3 decimal places. So the root of function f of x is, so we can write this, okay, value 3.7892. Now again we can solve this question f of x by using second method. Okay, so by second method. Okay, so we have here function as it is, f of x is equal to 2x minus log 10x minus 7, and here we have correct up to same as it is. Okay, up to 3 decimal place. So for this we have the process same as it is. Okay, so here we have solution given function is f of x 2x minus log 10x minus 7. Okay, and here we have finding a root interval by using tabulation method. Okay, again we have to find out the root interval. Now finding root interval using tabulation method. So here we have, so we can, the process of finding the root interval is same as it is. Okay, as here we have performed earlier. Okay, so x, and here is f of x, and here is same as it is. Okay, sign change here is 3, 4. So sign of f of x, change between 3, 4. I have explained, so sign of f of x change between 3, 4. So at least one root must lie between interval. Okay, those who have skipped the video, you can watch this here, the false position method, as I have explained it. Okay, so after this, so here is here in the formula of second method we have, that is x3 is equal to same as it. Okay, f of x2 minus f of x1, in the upper and below f of x2 minus f of x1, and in the upper is here is x2, so we have given x1 is x1, so we have to give here x2. Okay, now so we have to find out let, so x1 x2, x1 is equal to this 3 and x2 is equal to this 4. Okay, so x2 is equal to this 4. Now f of x1, that is if we put the value 3 in this function. Okay, so we obtain here minus 1.4771. As here in the question we have asked up to 3 decimal place, so we have written up to 4 decimal. Okay, point, so is up to 3 decimal point. So and f of x2, and if we put the value 4, so here we have obtained this, so 0.3975. we have to find out the x3. Okay, so to find out the x3, so write this formula. Then after this, here you can see so x1 is 3 into f of x2 is 0.3975 minus, and f of x1 is, so it is equal to 4 into minus 1.4771. Okay, then by f of x2 is 0.3975 is minus n minus it comes plus 1.4771. Okay, now so we obtain 3.7879. So this process is same as like this false position up to this, just here is it changes, here is x1 and here is x2. Okay, so up to this, so we will write this language, that is finding, that is f of x3 is equal to, is here we have x1 x2, so x1 x2, and here is f of x1 f of x1 f of x2, and x3 x3. Okay, so like earlier in the, just like earlier we have given this a b c d, this function like this, we can give this as a b, and here we can give this c, and we can give this as d, and you can give this as suppose you can give this as I x. Okay, so Now the formula or code for this okay, so here I will write the value at the first 0 iteration. Okay, so at 0 iteration, so here I will write the value. So at the 0 iteration, here you can see the value of x1 is 3. Okay, x1 is 3, x2 is 4, and f of x1 is minus 1.4771, and x2 is 0.3975. And here you can see here you have x3 3.7879. So now we have to make this to make the table like this. Okay, as earlier we have made it. Okay, so like this table, we can add this f of x3. Okay, f of x3, and we suppose this is y. Okay, y, and we obtain the value of y, that is minus 2.595 into 10 to the power minus 3. And as remember, here we have x1 is equal to x2, x2 is equal to x3. That means the value of x2 is transferred to x1, and the value of x3 is transferred to x2. Okay, so that means, so here we have the code or formula to find out the value of next iteration using calculator. Okay, so for that we have, so we have supposed a, b, c, d and x, y. Okay, so that means, so here we have function, that is c. Okay, so we can start from here. So c is equal to, and here you can see here is c is equal to, sorry, f of x1. F of x1 means a. Okay, so we can write the function in the terms of a, that is here we have function 2x minus log 10x minus 7. Okay, so we can write this as c is equal to, so we have to write this function in the terms of a, that is 2a minus log 10a minus 7, then colon. Again we have to write this in the form of d, that is d, and is equal to, so x2 means here is b. Okay, so right in the form, this function in the form of b, that is 2b minus log 10b minus 7, again colon, and here we have x3, that is x3 means x, and as the x3 formula is, that is x2 f of x, sorry, x1 f of x2 minus x2 f of x1 by f of x2 minus f of x1 x3 is equal to, okay, so this is the formula. So that means x1 means, here we have x1 means a, so a, and here is f of x2 means d, ad minus, and f of, so it be x2 means b, so b, c, and means d minus, and x1 means c, so it becomes d minus c. So we can write this as ad minus bc by d minus c, again colon, and here we have y. Okay, so y, and is equal to, now we have to write the function in the form of x, that is here we have x3. Okay, so that means 2x minus log 10x minus 7. Again here is, I have written here x1 is equal to x2 and x2 is equal to x3. Okay, so we can write this as, now after this y, again colon, and again, so here you can see x1 is equal to x2, so here we have x1 means a, and x2 means b, so here is b. Again here we have, again x2 is equal to x3, so again colon, and so x2 means b is equal to, and x3 means, here we have x3 is equal to x. Okay, so x, so we have to write all this code into calculator, okay, to find out the value. So for this, and before implementing it, so here is the main point to remember, that suppose, so as here you can see, here we have obtained the value of x1 and x2 as there is sign change. Okay, so that is, here is negative sign, here is positive sign. Suppose in case if we have, suppose if we obtain in the x1, this x1 3 value is equal to 1.4771. Okay, this is positive value. Okay, this is positive value, that is greater than 0. Okay, this is greater than 0. And suppose if we obtain this 4x, if we put the value x is equal to 4, we obtain this value negative. Okay, suppose, so x2 is equal to minus 0.3975, that is less than 0. Okay, so while implementing in the calculator or while writing like this, we have to write in the form of, that is, we have to write this x2 means, here is x2 means 4, and here is x1 means 3. Okay, so we have to write this change between 4, 3, and in the calculator it becomes, that is this 4a is equal to 4 and b is equal to 3. Okay, opposite. Okay, so here is negative and here is positive, so this is less than 0, okay, so and this is greater than 0, or like greater than 0, greater than or equal to 0, okay. So here is the main point to remember this, okay. Now after this we have to implement this in calculator, okay. This code we have to implement this whole code into calculator. So for this, always remember, change this calculator to radian mode. So shift mode and this press 4. After pressing 4, now press alpha, and here we have C alpha is equal to and 2 alpha A minus, here is log base 10, so we have to write log and A and minus 7, again colon, and again D, and D is equal to 2 in the form of B, so 2 B minus log B minus 7, again here we have X, okay, so in the form of X minus 7 colon, and here is X and is equal to, and for this A D minus B C and minus D minus C, okay, again colon, and again Y is equal to then 2 X minus log X, okay, minus 7, again for colon, again A is equal to B, A is equal to again B, again colon, again B again is equal to now X, okay, and here is X. Now I press calc, okay, in calc, and in the value of A here we have 3, and in the value of D here we have 0.3975, in the value of B here we have 4, in the value of X we have 3.7879, and in the value of Y here we have, or in the value of Y leave as it is, okay, or I will write here 2.5985 into 10 to the power minus 3, okay. Now here you can see the value of C is minus 1.477, and value of D is 0.3979, or here is slightly changed, so you can write 3979, okay, 3979, and here is 3.877 in the value of X, so here is slightly change in it, okay, so 3.78 2.80, now 2.83, so here is 2.8393 into 10 to the power minus 3. Now here is we have performed this, A is equal to B and B is equal to X, that means in the another iteration here is A is equal to B, means we have 4 in this position, we have B, we have 3.7877, 3.7877, that means, so here you can see in this x1, f of x1, here we have to write, so 0.3979, and here is, that is, this value is transferred here, and this value is transferred here, and in the x2, so in the x3 here, okay, so this value is transferred here, okay, this x3 value is transferred here, and in the f of x2 this value is transferred here, okay, f of x3 in here, so here's x1 is equal to x2 is equal to 3, okay, so minus 2.8393 into 10 to the power minus 3, and in the x3, so after this we have to find out the x3 and f of x3. Is here already, here is A is equal to 4, and so here is, we have a D is equal to, so here you can see D is equal to f of x2, that is the value of Y is transferred to D, so we can write here D is equal to Y, okay, so write alpha then Y, and in the B here the value of X is transferred to B, okay, so that is B is equal to X, so that means in press alpha and then X, the value of X leave as it is, okay, so now after this, and leave the value of Y as it is, okay, so here we can see we have obtained the value of 0.3979, the value of this, and the value of D is minus 2.893, and the value of x is 3.7892. Okay, and the value of y is minus 4.62 into 10 to the power minus 6. Okay, I have written up to this. Again, perform is like this. So that is a is equal to b means 3.78. So this value is transferred here, 3.7877. Again, in the x2, this x3 value. Okay, so write this x3 value, that is here. You can see b is equal to x3, 3.7892, and x1 is, so transfer this value in here, minus 8393 into 10 to the power minus 3, and x2 means transfer this x3 f of x3 value in here. Okay, so it becomes minus 4.62 to 10 to the power minus 6. Okay, I have written only up to 2 decimal. Then leave this value as it is. Here we have a value, and here is the d value. So in the d value is the value of this y is the value of y is transferred here. So press alpha and y, and again in the b the value of x is transferred, that is x2 is equal to x3, that means b is equal to x. So press alpha then x. Now leave this value x value as it is and the y value as it is. Now here we can see in the c we have obtained like this, as I have already written this, and in the d is already as it is, and here you can see 3.7892, and here is 5.5849 into 10 to the power minus 11, and here you can see as in the question we have asked up to 3 decimal places. So here you can see 3.789, 3.789. So as in iteration first, okay, first and second value up to 3 decimal places match. So root of f of x is 3.789. Okay, so this is the obtained solution.